What's crackalacking, guys? I'm a Duck Quack here, and welcome back to another episode of Talk Time on the channel. So I was getting everything ready to prepare a investment video explaining how currently Team of the Week investments work and investing in gold players that are in the upcoming Team of the Season. So I started looking at some player prices and studying them, and I found a bit of a weird trend going on. So what we're going to do in this video is we're just going to discuss the trend that I've noticed so far, and then hopefully you guys can give me your input on it, and we can get to like a conclusion whether I'm crazy or it really does seem like the same thing rinses and repeats itself with this market over and over again, and we are again one of the first people to react to it. So if we'll start a couple of weeks back with the Premier League. Premier League team of the season came around, everybody had sold up prior to it, etc, etc, etc. We all know exactly what happened. But what people were most surprised about is the significant rise in some gold player prices and a large amount of the inform player prices. Now, people weren't expecting these to bounce back quite as hard. They were mentioning the likes of second inform Chan or even Manny, people in the team of the season. Their prices going up about 100,000 coins. Now, it was spoke about across Reddit, across social media, but nobody really ever acted upon it or made a big deal about it. So then we get back round to the Bundesliga, and surprise, surprise, the exact thing happens again, especially with the marquee players. Inform versions of players that didn't make it, like Royce, obviously go through the roof. He's got a striker card impact at the moment as well. But then the inform cards of the likes of Robin or Aubameyang went through, absolutely massively rose. Those kind of players that people weren't expecting went up in price. And the logic behind it is simple. People wait for team of the season. They realise they can't afford all their team of the season players. So they all suddenly decide what's the next best thing, and they jump back onto the informs. Now, I was fully expecting that this was going to be a case of people would talk about this happening again, but no one would react to it. So I thought this would be a good investment opportunity for us, and it would be nice and easy. So I started looking at some prices in La Liga, which could very potentially, if history has anything to do with it, be the next one that's released. And I decided to just look at a few of the top players to start with, and then I spread my search and got a bit deeper and deeper. Now, this logic doesn't apply to all the players, but it seems to apply to the more desirable players. So we're just going to have a little look at what I found out. So the first player we're going to be looking at is the latest inform version of Griezmann. Now, if we were to be looking at picking this guy up around, 10 days ago, so kind of close to when all the manic and the mayhem started with Team of the Season and Premier League had just kind of come out, he was currently selling for anywhere between 400 and 430,000 coins on Xbox, and that's been extremely steady for, what is it now, for the past 2 weeks, so pretty much lines up perfectly in line with Team of the Season. And with PlayStation, he's fluctuated massively. Between 430 at his lowest, he was up to about 540, but that seems to be just before Team of the Season kicked out. So yeah, PlayStation about 440. If we look at his price currently, now just 2 weeks later, he's up over 100,000 coins on both consoles. He's currently 490,000 coins on Xbox, and he's currently about 520, I think, but I'm not sure if Footbin's giving me an accurate result on him. On PlayStation, sorry. And there's barely any of him on the market. Now, what does this suggest? It could just be price fluctuations. It feels like it's way too early for people buying their weekend league teams. But a lot of people have been speaking about these price increases and what's happened to all these big inform cards and how prices have changed recently. YouTubers have been mentioning it. It's been talked about on Reddit. It's been talked about on Twitter. And it's got to the stage where I think people are starting to advise each other to invest in these players so that they can have a massive payday when it comes around. Now, the same thing happened with Dybala. We're just going to have a few examples in this. Dybala, looking at him roughly again 2 weeks ago, anywhere between at his lowest, 350 on Xbox, up to about 400. And on PlayStation, anywhere from about 460 up to about, where's the highest? About 510. If we look at his price now, on PlayStation, about 600,000 coins. That's a 100,000 coin increase. And if we look for him on Xbox, I think it's about almost 100,000 coins again. 438 is the lowest one, and there's barely any of him on the market. We'll just do a couple more players quickly. Who else have I got up here to have a look at? We'll have a look at Isco as well. Now, Isco, again, all these players are very, very likely to make the Team of the Season, remember. But it's interesting to see how little things that people have picked up on and trends and patterns have spread like wildfire. And I can't imagine demand just massively increasing for these players especially prior to the team of the season, but that's what seems to have happened. So Isco's latest man of the match card, about 2 weeks ago again, where are we now? About the 16th. We're looking at somewhere around lowest point 125 up to about 140, 150 on Xbox. And as you can see, he's currently at about 180,000 coins plus. So about a 30, 40,000 coin increase. And on PlayStation, he's been anywhere between about 160-ish up to about 180. And he's currently at 230,000 coins. That's a 50,000 coin increase on such a small player. It's absolutely bizarre. We'll also go for a couple of centre-backs and a goalkeeper as well, just to make the episode a little bit more rounded. You can probably see that we're going for bigger names, but we need to pick the players that people are going to use, otherwise the demand wouldn't be there, and this kind of investment would make no sense. So we're going to look at Ramos's latest man of the match card. Again, jumping back about 2 weeks, we can see, well, over the last 2 weeks, the rock bottom price on Xbox has been 372, and the top price on Xbox over the last 2 weeks has been about 476. He's actually currently at 450. But if we were to just look a little bit earlier into the past, a week ago on Xbox, he bottomed out at 370. So he's already recovered about 100,000 coins from there. As you can see, 2 of him on the market. The same goes for PlayStation. He was holding strong at about 580, 590. And then about a week ago, he dropped to 462. Slowly been recovering his price. And now he's all the way back up to 640,000 coins. Almost a 200,000 coin increase on Ramos there. The same again. The reason we're doing all these players as well, by the way, is because it's obviously the leagues that are coming up. So I've just gone for Calcio A and I've gone for La Liga. We don't need to include every single league, but these two will do the trick here. Let's see if we can find a Manolas on the market. So Manolas, another huge player here. 2 weeks ago, Xbox ranged from about 110 down to his bottom of around 90. And on PlayStation, around 150 down to about 140 actually. Not a huge amount of fluctuation on PlayStation. On PlayStation, he's currently at 200,000 coins. So a 50,000 coin increase. And on Xbox, well, you can see for yourself, he's currently at just over 120,000 coins. So about a 30,000 coin increase on him as well. It's absolutely mental. This is what baffles me at the moment. That's why I'm making this video on it, so I can discuss it with you guys, but also bring it to your attention. Like, this hasn't happened before with other team of the seasons, and there's no reason that both of these leagues would suddenly skyrocket in price when their counterpart team of the seasons probably won't be miles off what these extreme prices are coming to now. My only logic is it's people that are starting to invest, and invest very poorly as well, based off word of mouth, YouTubers, Twitters, tweets, whatever they want to do. So the last player we'll look at, guys, is going to be Oblak. If we jump back 2 weeks again, 77,000 on Xbox, bottom out at 74, and about 85 up to about 95 on PlayStation. You know what? He's pretty much the same, actually, this Oblak card. There isn't a massive amount of movement in his price, but a couple of thousand up. That could just be fluctuations. So I guess Oblak isn't one of those premium players that's massively in demand, which helps us understand what kind of players people are investing in. So what does this mean for us? Well, the chances are the team of the season will roll round and we'll see one of two things. Either these players will hold their value, and that simply means that this was people that wanted these players preemptively picking them up because they saw the same pattern happening. And that's absolutely fine. That leaves us no room to invest in them. We don't need to do anything about them. We just have to accept that people pick them up early. We missed a potential investment opportunity about a week ago. The second thing is, though, if this is investors that have been picking up all these premium special cards from these leagues, then they're going to want to offload them around about the point when the team of the season is either announced or released. So if we have a short list of players from each of the big leagues, Liga 1, Serie A, and La Liga, then we'll be ready to pounce on all these failed investments from people when they start undercutting each other and thinking that, oh my god, we're not going to make a profit with this was an awful idea. We can get in on those investments and then sell them maybe a day to 2 days later when the market recovers. It could go either way, but we need to keep watching these kind of cards and playing it by ear, and then making decisions a bit closer to the time, obviously, reacting to what other people do that currently hold these cards. Now, there's tons of other players I haven't included in the video. If you do your own research and you find some other gems, maybe a Quadrado on the right, maybe Florenzi is the right back. We've got Carvajal's team of the season card again. If he doesn't make the La Liga team of the season, it will most likely increase. Loads of options. Do your research and we could be making a fortune, or we could just be understanding what's happened. Anyway, guys, gonna wrap up the video there. If you did enjoy it, make sure you drop that like. Comment down below with your thoughts about all this and if you've seen any similar patterns. And if you could subscribe if you're new, that'd be incredible. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching and I'll catch you next time.